Okay guys, I'm back. I spliced the video together. It's a couple of days later, I think. I'm gonna widen out a wee bit here. And you know, like I've said this a million times, but I go through my book. I flip it so many times, which is why I like to keep it together. Because you know, sometimes something will catch my eye that, you know, I had an idea for and forgot, or for whatever reason. So I go back through it even before I'm actually finished the signature and then going over it again. I must flip through this probably 20 to 30 times. I came to this page and I thought it was rather bland, even though I did put this. I want to put this with some washi. And I got this really pretty sparkly washi tape. And I thought, it doesn't tear like, oh it does. Oh, look at that. Cool. That's cool. Well, let's do that, because I like that idea of tearing it. And I think I'm going to ink it. Let's see what it looks like inked. So stuff like this, you have to use the permanent. It can't be water soluble ink because it will rub off. This is sort of a plasticky feel, this tape. It's not your typical washi tape. It's just from the dollar store, but it's just so pretty. And I'm covering myself in ink. Just to highlight the edges a little bit. That's all. I don't really want to grunge it up because I do like the gold sparkle. Okay, then I'm going to add a bit of glue because these never have enough glue. Washi's great if you want to remove it, but I don't want it to come off, so I'll just add a little bit of glue. And just stick it right about there and make sure it's kind of sort of even. That's good. And then I'm going to put this on there. Now I think I'll offset it a wee bit like that. So this is my night filming. I typically don't film at night. It's like almost 11 o'clock at night. I wasn't tired and I was bored with TV. So I had just filmed the second mini ephemera and I was still bored. So I thought, you know what, maybe I will do a little bit of that and yeah, film it. Okay, so I'm happy enough with that page. This one's fine. That one's fine. Okay, what have I done here? Oh, this is a tuck, so it needs some ephemera. Let's put a cute little booklet in there. You know, I may go back and add more. It just depends on how much I have left over. Okay, so I did it like this because I want to work on this side. So I've prepped some stuff here just so that it wouldn't be completely boring. This one's not going to be anything major. I'm just wanting to add this to this page. I did cut the frame, and I'm going to use this background paper, and I'm going to frame that. That I haven't decided on whether I'm going to go with embossing it or what I'm going to do. And this is for the back side of that page. So I'm going to move this off to the side. Okay. And let's first work on this. Let's take that out for now. And it was this one. Okay, take the tape back off first. See if I can hit the garbage can tonight. That would be good. My best friend came to visit me today, so we had fun, went shopping. I didn't buy anything except some groceries. Went to the farmer's market. She bought a cute sweater. I kind of made her buy it. It just looks so good on her. I really don't like shopping this time of year because all the colors are so dreary for me. I can't wear black, I can't wear gray, I can't wear white. I just look horrible in all the winter colors. I was born with light red hair, so I have what they call peaches and cream coloring from my skin tone, and all of those dark colors really, really don't suit me. It was funny, my husband, we were newly married, and he really wanted to buy me a dress. So I said, okay, fine, we go shopping. Well, my husband is dark. He's what they call black Irish. Like he's fairly dark complexioned. Like when it's sunny, he gets a really dark tan. And he used to have black hair when we first got married. So he's quite dark compared to me. And he really wanted to buy me a black dress. And like I said to him, I really don't suit black, but he loves black. And he really wanted me to have one. So I said, okay, fine. So I go in the changing room with this really cute dress. Of course, I was only 22 at the time. So it looked really, really cute. And so I come out of the dressing room wearing the dress, and he looked me up and down kind of thing, and all he said was, no. I said, yeah, it makes me look like I've been dead and buried for a while, right? And he's like, yeah. Yeah, it just washes me completely out, which is really sad because, I mean, every woman needs that little black dress, right? So mine is the little brown dress. Brown I can wear. Anyway, it was kind of funny. But like this time of year is really tough because, I don't know, I need to go down to JCPenney in Bellingham because they always have colors all year. It doesn't matter what time of year it is, I can find things that are colorful to wear. And I like color. I mean, you should see what I'm wearing right now. Actually, let me see. It's bright. That's me. That's what I like. So anyway, I think I will go ahead and put this one down. I believe I will do that. And then I did ink a little bit up here in case it sticks up. I don't want the edge to stick out though, and I want as much of this edge as I can get to have glue on it. So I don't want anything to stick out, as it doesn't give you a whole lot to work with if you want to use it as a tuck spot. Sometimes I cover them in, you know what, that might be an idea. Why don't I do this one with the tracing paper? What did I do with it? Tracing paper. Oh, I had it. Ooh, no, I don't think this will work. I think it's the wrong cover. I think it's too busy for this frame. Yeah, unless I emboss it with a colored embossing color. And then I could use some of this I know it's sort of like it reminds me of steampunk, but if you just take the lettering, that might be nice. Or, what did I do with my tracing paper? I thought I had everything on my desk, but apparently not. Ah, here it is. No, that's not it. Huh. Well, this is a bit dark. Well, it's not really dark, but it's not super see-through. And ephemera. Let's see. Likely it's going to have to be like small tags. I typically tuck. Yeah, see, you won't even see that. Maybe I won't do that with this one then. I think I'll leave it for now. That really bugs me. I don't know what I do with... Oh, there it is. Look up, Cheryl. My help. Yeah, that's really dark. Although it is more sheer, isn't it? Yeah, you can see through that better. And what does it look like on that? I think that would be all right. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to leave that plain. It's not really plain, right? It's pretty patterned. But I'm going to stick the mount down. Gee, you know, I'd really love to get some of that paper in, you know, something that wasn't as grungy, but maybe what I'll look for is some tissue paper. I know I have loads in my cupboard. I'm just not sure if I have anything that would work for this book. Okay. Move over. Move it over. Okay. Follow the edge. There we go. Okay. Now, I did use a felt and went around all the inside and outside, so there's no white core showing. But that takes, you know, it's tedious and time consuming, so I didn't really want to do that on camera, because I'm pretty sure you see me do that 100 times. Now, I think I'm leaving it because it's got a pretty little sparkle in it. I might add more stickles to it later once I've finished working and I can just sort of set it aside and let it dry, just to give it a little bit more glitz. And I do just the edge so that I can tuck things right into the front of the frame as well as behind the frame. Try that. And where is my paper towel? There it is. And I think I'll go up a little higher. And then I'm thinking, I gotta put this away, hang on. I'm thinking I'd like one of these on there too. Possibly. Oh, you know what I have? It's also part of the kit, is some words. Just have to find them in my little box here. Did I not cut them out? Oh, I guess maybe I didn't cut them out. No, I didn't. They're over here. Oh, I've got one cut out. I don't know if it's the one I want. That could be. Possibly. I have smaller ones. Somebody left a comment about me being so patient with my fussy cutting. I never used to be. And if you've watched me a lot, you know that, yeah, it's not my favorite thing to do. That's Vintage Moss's thing. She finds it extremely relaxing. If you're new to watching me, another little tip, keep your scissors sort of on an angle, especially going around curves. And you'll find that it works a whole lot better for you. You can see when to turn the paper. Like I'm turning the paper with my left hand. I'm not moving the scissors. They're staying pretty much in the same spot. So as I lightly squeeze the scissors, I'm turning the paper. But you don't want to be like this, right? Moving your arm to try and go around the paper. Okay, let's see how that one looks. If it's too small, maybe. Although, I had an idea. What about putting a butterfly with that, a big butterfly with that? What do you think of that? I can even have it hanging down sort of, because I've got lots of room here. Too big? Or would it be better here? That's kind of pretty, right? And I could emboss the butterfly, because you know how much I love embossing, right? Let's see what the medium size would look like. I think I have one already cut out. Yep, I do. Yeah, that's I kind of like that size better. Let's do that one. Decision made. Okay, let's get this embossed. Oops. Oh, I hate that noise. Ooh. This has already been inked. You'd think with my obsession of putting things back where they belong, my desk would be clear, but no, it is not. Okay. I need to do that tip now. No, it's going to go on this side, wasn't it? I'm right-handed, so maybe I could do it. Yeah, like that, I think. The butterfly straight and the word crooked, or the butterfly crooked and the word straight. Either way. Works either way. I typically do the butterfly crooked, so maybe I'll change it up and do it like that. I think so. Let's see. That's not inked, so it's been a few days since I did this. I know these videos are whack, and I have to apologize. I think I messed up on one of my videos and it repeats in another video. It's in the same, it's in a different video, the same one, which is weird. I don't know how I did that. But I didn't take it down because there were so many comments, so I didn't want to do that. But that's what happens when I pre-record, right? I get a little bit mixed up, and yeah, then I mess up. So again, my trusty parchment paper, and let's see, I go here and here, I think. Should do it. I don't want it on too much of an angle. And I'll just leave that parchment in for now and work on this. Now, this one I had a little bit different idea. I want to do a fold up, but I'm going to make, did I already cut it? I'm going to make a thumb hole here. And on the bottom of this, I've stitched on some ribbon onto this cotton, crochet cotton. So this, when you lift it up, you'll see the thumb hole and you'll know that it's a little tuck spot there. I'll do the ribbon last after I've done this, but the easiest way to do this is to put your tape here. Now I know I've said don't use tape if you're going to use it as a pocket, but I'll show you. I've done the same thing in another video. And do I want this one? This one's pretty thick. I bought a new roll. This is the score tape on Amazon, $8.95. It's from becreativetape.com. But it's, oh, this one's Suquang. Okay, there you go. I lied. But same thing, basically. It's the same thing. Now, there is a pattern to this, and that's the way I wanted it, like that. This is a little bit thinner, which is what I'm looking for. And I'm only going to add it just to this top piece. Like so. Oh, I didn't trim that very well. Stay. Oh. Okay. All right. So what I want to do is line this up real well. It's got a real good bend in it. So it should line up nice. And then fold that over like so. Now, if your tape was showing and that was what you were going to put against your page, you run a bead of glue on the outside of it. And that way that glue dries in front of your tape, and so things won't stick to the tape when you're trying to get them in and out. Okay, now I want the thumb hole on the outside. And you can measure it if you want. I just bend it. Just a little bend, because you're going to cut that part out anyways. And if you can't see it very well in the bend, just mark it with a pencil. And then I can find my center because I've actually inked a center. So I know exactly where that middle part is. And I line that up with my pencil line. And I think I'll go down about there today. So not a lot. You don't need to take a lot off. And then I'm going to go ahead and ink that. This is a new ink pad, so this has lots of ink on it still. So you don't really need to go crazy on it. Add a little bit more there. It's a little white. I like that white washed look, but okay. That's that. Then we're going to add our glue along the edge and the bottom, because I don't want it, my ephemera sticking out. And depending on how wide your ephemera is, you know, if you know exactly what you're putting in there, I like to lay it there just to give me a rough idea of how far to put the glue. Sometimes I overglue and then I can't get the ephemera in there, and sometimes I underglue and then it's flopping all over the place. So you kind of want to know what that looks like to you, right? Okay, now I wanted to line this up with the seam of this attached piece of paper here. Okay. Make sure you take that off on this side because your page will stick. And you don't want to stick your page open. So you notice I've gone a little ways away from the edge. This is the part that's going to get sewn in. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll corner round as well, because it might be interfered with when you're trying to open it. Once you've sewn things in, they get pretty tight. So you might want to do that. I probably will, because the lace is going to cover it anyway. So I'll probably go ahead and corner around that. That's going to look really pretty, right? I like that. Instead of corner rounding, I'm just going to nip it like that. I'll do it on both sides. Alright, so then let's open this up and glue our ribbon down. And I've said before, I'm pretty generous with the glue when it comes to adhering my trims, because your trim will absorb a lot of your glue. Okay. Especially cotton, it really sucks it in. Okay, let's turn that over and see what that looks like. Good. How do you think that looks? Good. I think so. Okay, so that flips up, and then you've got a slider there. And it really needs something there, guys, right? But what? I'm wondering, not this particular one, but I'm wondering if maybe a doily might overkill. Definitely overkill. I do have those little ladies. Oops, what do I do with them? Yeah, I have some pretty little ladies. Maybe this size. That's a nice size. Why don't we do this one? Boy, I just love their dresses and their hats, and I was born in the wrong age. And now I can open this up because I want it a little more crunchy. Darken up those edges. Okay. And I have some mats, I think, somewhere. Okay, let me get out my little box here of goodies. Oh, I could maybe put a ticket on there. Let's see. Oh, I think they're too brown. That's too brown, I think. Oh, actually, that's not bad. Kind of like that. I have one that's creamy colored. That's pretty big, though. Yeah, that won't work. Yeah. I kind of like that one. And what else can I put in there? I need a third thing. What have I got? jars. Let's see. What in the world would I do with that? You should see my box. It's full of stuff. This one says mats. Oh, here, mason jars, I mean. Okay, I'm back, and my little flower has dried overnight. So now I'm going to lay this down, but I think I'm going to use my black marker and go around the edge of this in black. So that last video that I posted, I don't know how, but it didn't flip. So you're looking at everything upside down, and I really apologize for that. But the video is now missing, so I can't flip it. And the thing is, I use my Surface to do all my uploads, and I can't keep the videos on it, or my Photoshop doesn't work because it's such a big program. It takes a lot of memory. Memory, is that the one I want? Storage, I guess. Well, memory. Sorry, I've got everybody going off here. So then my Photoshop won't open. The program itself won't open. I'm looking to get like a bigger hard drive. But I just can't afford the new Surface right now. I'll have to wait until I can. So anyways, long story short, I deleted the video, so I can't go back, flip it, and then put it up again. And I probably wouldn't anyway, because then I'd lose all your comments. And I enjoy reading the comments. So yeah, it was kind of silly of me. I wanted to put this one straight, this one like that, possibly. This one's slightly crooked, and the flower maybe there. You know, I have a really pretty little die. Now what can I cut that die out of? I want something dark. So I have dark brown, plain dark brown cardstock. Let me just quickly get a piece of that. It's really dark. That should go. I'm going to cut a little die. If I can find, yeah, I got it right here. So I can do this quick. I can't bring my cutter over there because it's too massive. Okay, here we go. This one's a little tricky. Oh, that came out nice and easy. Probably because it's the basil. Now if I put that on there with the flower over it, and that like that. Oh, that's pretty, right? Okay. I'll set this one aside because there's another one in there. That's the cool thing. That die cuts out two in their opposite directions. So let's layer this on here first. Because like I said last night, that what I want to do, maybe I'll hold that like that because that might be easier for me to glue it. My fingers get filled with glue on this one because it's so teeny tiny. Yeah, like I said last night, I want to create a tuck out of this. So I'm going to collage them all together first, and then I'll glue it onto the flip. Okay. Well, maybe I'll add a bit of glue to the flower too. Just so it doesn't curl up. Alright, and I don't really want it hanging over the side because that's where you're going to tuck in and it would just tear. So you still see a little bit of the gold. Sorry, I'm just pushing it down on a firmer surface just to make sure that glue gets good contact. You see, that's still lifted. It still didn't glue it. That's crazy. I'll fix it. It's not going to mess with me. So, put a little bit of tape. And a little bit of glue. And the tape will hold it in place while the glue adheres. That's the theory that I'm working on. Good thing nobody sees the back. Not the prettiest looking. There we go. Ha! Okay. I really like that. Now, we wanted this straight, this on an angle, and down some. And then her on a slight angle, and maybe up some. Like that. Or, so what I'll do, okay, some washi here. I hate using this one because I really like that one. My other roll, there it is. I just want a little bit because I don't want it to tear all the paper and whatnot. Sometimes you got to be careful with washi. Okay. Yeah? I almost want to put it on the other side, but if I put it on this side, actually that works. Yeah, let's do it on that side. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue these pieces together. So, first thing I'll do is this, and that's going to stay on there. So flip that back. Like so. And this one. And that one. Oh, let's do the I think the top probably shows too. Let's do a bit there. See what happens. Okay. Lift. There we go. I want her on a wee bit more of an angle. Okay. And be careful when you're pushing down on photos. I do this all the time. I get glue on my fingers, I push on the photo, and then, yeah, I end up, see this, see it took some paper off. You got to be careful with washi. Okay, that should be pretty good. Your edges are important if you're creating a tuck, because you don't want to slide something in and hit something you didn't glue down. You want to be able to get it in and out easily. Okay, so I'm going to glue this just here and down the side here. And that should be enough of a tuck. So I'll follow the contour here. And then up the side here. I'm going to take some of that off here. That should be okay. And remembering that I want, now do I want it like that? No, I want it like this. Don't change your mind now. Commit. There we are. Wow, I really like that. And I don't know if you noticed, but I did ink around the bottom. I forgot this side. Get some stuff out of my way. Oh, right, I can take that out now. I honestly thought the color of this ink would be a little dustier, because if you look at a pine cone, it has dark spots, but it has almost like a gray brown in it too. I mean, the pine cones themselves, that you can see the lighter versions, but it's quite dark. So I don't know what the next one. I ordered another one that didn't come. Funny thing about that, I ordered it from Amazon, and you know, you get the emails saying it's on its way or whatever, or this part of your order is on its way. And so I look at the tracking for the other one, because it said get it in 2 days. It's what it said, which is why I ordered it. And then you look at the tracking and it says, oh, expected November 5th. I'm like, that's not 2 days. So I sent a message right away saying, please cancel my order, because I thought, you know what, I can get it somewhere else. And immediately I get an email saying, oh, it's already shipped. And I thought, so it says it's supposed to be here on Friday. Whoops. Yeah, I didn't get it Friday. But you also get the email that says it's too late to cancel this order because it's already shipped. So I don't know if that's a little bit of a scam going on there or what. But anyway, yeah, that's good. And I'm going to make a, what do you call it? Bookmark for the pocket here. And this one, I had planned on putting this little guy. I usually tuck them in here in the front, one in the front and then a couple in the back. I think I'll do a plain one as well. So that you get a few in there. And then this one needed some ephemera. And I don't know if the postcard will fit. I think the postcard's too big. Maybe not. Let's see. Oh, it's tight. I could trim it down slightly because I haven't used any postcards yet. So I'd like to use one. Just take a hair off the top and the bottom. And oh, that wasn't even straight anyway, so there you go. Wow, that was really crooked, that one. How did I manage that? No, now it really looks crooked to me. Ay, 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 ay. This is part of my OCD that really bugs me, because I can see when something's crooked, even a tiny bit off, and it drives me insane. I wish I could just sort of ignore stuff like that, but yeah, my OCD doesn't let me do that. That's still a bit tight. Let's try something else. Sometimes it's just a light sticking in one spot. So I'll use a ruler and just rub it. Excuse me. It looks like I might have overglued this pocket a little bit. Okay, it will fit, but I am going to take a little bit more off. Okay, what's underneath me? Nothing. Weird. Okay, let's do it this way. There we go. Okie dokie. Okay, that should be good. Let's try. I don't know, guys. I don't think it's gonna work for me. I don't want to keep cutting it off, although that looks crooked to me again. So I sold my old table and chairs this morning. Yay! So happy to get that out of the garage. Well, it was actually in the main living area downstairs, but everything is there right now because of renos. Actually looks okay. I thought it would look kind of funny trimming it out. Oh, that's good. Awesome. So it was one of those, it was one of the first things we ever bought as a married couple. It was a round oak table and chairs. And then my brother, it had a nice big leaf in it too, so it would seat 6. But it was the wrong shape for this kitchen. If I had kept it, I would have painted it. And I don't care if it's oak. I don't care. I know people are like, you can't paint oak. I don't care. I was going to modernize it and make it more rustic. So I was going to leave the oak top. I'd have to sand it, though. I did mar it a little bit with soap making. I got a bit of little bits of soap fell on it. And I didn't sweep them off. And the lye ate into the table. So, of course, I had taken off my glass top, which my brother had made for me to protect the top of the table. Well, of course, every time I'd take the top off, yeah, it would get a scratch in it or do what I did, and yeah. Anyway, I was going to paint the bottom black and make it look rustic, because that's what we have, style we have in our house is rustic. And it would match my buffet. I'd bought a unpainted buffet, and then I painted it in chalk paint, and then I scratched it all up and then did a matte finish on it. So, yeah, that's still tight. Good grief, why is that so tight? Okay, this is gonna annoy the heck out of me. Let's try this again. Be a little more brutal without ripping. It seems to me it's at the bottom because I get it in okay at the top. And yet when I'm putting the ruler in, it looks fine all the way down. Unless it's too long for the pocket. Now, is it? No, it's not. Okay, I want to know what it's hitting. That's really annoying. Okay, that's not going in there. I'm going to have to do something else, but I don't know what yet. I think these tags are too big. I mean, this would fit, but I just did one. Of course, I could switch that out. That would fit. And then maybe I'll take this one out, put the postcard there instead. It's okay if that sticks up because it's the flap. Oh, problem solved. And then this one, I think I'll do another booklet maybe. No, let's do, I have other ephemera that I'll probably tuck in there. Let's leave it for now and work on this next one. And that's cute. Maybe I'll put that in there. Yep, that's going in there. Sorry. Okay, so let's put this back. And it goes here. So yay, one whole flap completed. Happy about that. All right, then we'll flip this and see if I'm missing ephemera. Yes, I need something there. And I guess I'll do a big tag. There. And, sorry, that's someone messaging me. Probably my husband. I told him I sold the table. Oh, here we go. So let's set that aside and work on this flap. Alright, so I've done that side, and what was I doing here? Oh yes. I have to glue this down first. I could just tape it down. Why glue? Let's tape. I'm going to use my other one. It's a little wider. It doesn't matter which side I use. You ever find yourself doing that? Like, it's the exact same on both sides, but you flip it over. I do it all the time. Okay. Okay, my phone on silent, guys. Sorry. Before I lay it down, I just want to see what the placement is. Okay. So, alrighty. There. There we go. And then I'm going to ink the edges of that. actually enjoyed filming in the evening. I didn't think I would, and I didn't think it would be good lighting. No, I just messed up on that. That's okay. Grungy. But I did. I quite enjoyed it. So now this is the right way, isn't it? Or is it this way? Folds better this way, I think. Okay. Then I wanted this in here. I love this clock paper. And what else was I doing here? Oh yes, here it is. I had planned on putting this here. Okay, what was I gonna do? Oh, it wasn't, it was this. That's what I was gonna do. I cut a separate piece out of leftover, and I'm going to glue it to the back side of this. I wanted to make a pocket with this as the top, but it's quite thin, the paper, and I didn't want it to tear as you're taking stuff in and out. So let's do that first. Okay. Just get that first one lined up. And then squeeze as you go. Oh, my stomach's going to start growling. What time is it? It's only 11:45. I don't usually eat until much later. Had a really nice dinner last night. My girlfriend came and we went shopping. I told you that, but she stayed for dinner. So I made mustard pork chops and green beans in bacon, which was delicious. She quite enjoyed it. Okay, so the plan was to make a pocket I'm gonna have to trim it off, but that, and then add this over top of that, so you really only have just that showing, and it continues the theme of the clocks there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and ink all this stuff up. Thank you, Elizabeth. As I thank people, people are ordering that new mini ephemera kit number 2. I just posted it before this video. Actually, I think before the last video. Okay. Then ink this. I'll probably be trimming all this. I don't know. Till I get it done. Okay. Oh, I need this one too. This one I am trimming on that side, but I'm not sure where, so let's just go ahead and ink. I like the contrast of the lighter yellow on this paper. It looks quite pretty. I watched my video that I had recorded last night, which is, I believe, the beginning part of this video, provided I get them linked together properly. I don't know, I'm having issues with that. But anyway, it was an evening one, and the lighting's amazing, so I'm thinking maybe that's the trick. Maybe I just need to film at night and don't worry about the rest. You know, it's just, sometimes you're just super tired, and then I make like a billion mistakes when I do stuff like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue this down. Or should I just, I'm just going to tape it. Let's tape it. Because nothing will be hitting this part. It'll be going behind, right? Okay, let's make sure that we're going to do that right. I think I just did it backwards, didn't I? No, I didn't. Did I? No, I didn't. Self-doubt. But I really should trim that before I stick that tape on there. Let's start with this side first. Bend it back. And then make sure I'm getting this where I want it. This one is going right here. Oh man, this tape is, oh no, caught it before I wanted it. Okay. So then I'm just gonna, oh man. Basically all I want to do is just hold it so I can trim this part off without taking too much of it, you know? Okay. So, take that off and try and get that on there properly. It's not going to cooperate, is it? Try and lift it a little bit just so I can flatten it a little better. Okay. I shouldn't do it on this foam piece really. Oh, maybe I should now to get that wow out of it. Okay, then that's really nice. I like that. Oh, let's move this back because I prefer working on this. Before I attach it, because I'm going to have to trim it, I'm going to put this down. Okay. So I really enjoy adding these flaps because I find then you can have, you know, your ephemera collages and your tuck spots and, you know, little tiny writing spots or hiding places or whatever without losing your journaling spots, you know, your journaling pages. Because if you don't put too much on those, then you almost have entire pages to journal on. And this was inspiration from Jen, Dreams, etc. She had done these really cool flaps in her books. They're so interactive. I mean, she's very creative. And this is just my version of what she had done. Mine are definitely simpler. I think the first 2 books that I did kind of doing her version, it was very interactive, but very time consuming. And I thought, no, I can't make that sort of a regular thing. I mean, the odd page might be like that, but I just can't make it a regular thing because I'd never get a book done, right? I mean, even these take time because of all the... It's like making cards, right? This is very similar to card making. And they can be extremely time-consuming. You're layering paper on paper and tucking little things here and there. And I like making men's cards. I know a lot of people don't because it is easier to think feminine because we're feminine, right? Unless you're a guy, sorry, watching. Don't mean to single out. But that's kind of how our brain works, right? We go along the feminine version of things. And so I'm just trying to see which is upside down and which is right side up. Oh, that's 12, so that's it there. Okay, I'm going to turn this around and do it this way. I want a very little border. Oh, good, I didn't need to trim it. Ha ha. Awesome. Okay. Then, this was the one I needed to trim. That's what it was. Okay, so this is going to go here. And I need my pencil. Slide that over so I can see the edge, and we're going to take it off there. Or I could do a double tuck. Yes or no? Trim it down a little bit and give it another little, but then what would you really put in it, right? Nah. Go with your first instinct. These guillotines, if you're not careful and you don't get it all the way to the top so that your paper's right against your guide, you're not going to get it straight. Alright, then you have to hold it down firmly on your plastic, whatever this is called. Now this little pocket could have a little saying on it. Yeah, that would work. So glue the edges in the bottom. Make sure I get these down so they don't interfere with your page turning. Alrighty, and then I'll just line it up here. It's one thing I love about working with glue, at least you've got time to line everything up. And I need that. So keep in mind, if you're using distress ink and you get like squeezing out of the glue, it's going to move your glue when you use a paper towel, or your ink I should say. So, you know, even if you're rubbing it with your finger, you're going to smear your ink if it's the distress ink, because it's liquid. I'm going to say liquid, not just water reactive. Anything that's wet, it's going to react to it. But I didn't use that. That's nice. Then I have some sayings here. Let me pull them out. Oh, and I got one of these left too. One of those. And where did they go? Oh yeah, I got these little guys too. Oh, I forgot about these. Oh, this is from the add-on kit. Oh, maybe I'll use one of those. Yeah, it pays to go through your little box of stuff. Here's some sayings here. A couple of those. I must have them somewhere else on the desk. Like I said, I need to clean. This might be my only one left. I gotta dump this out, you guys. It's driving me nuts. It's got stuff everywhere. Okay, there's some more of those. Oh, here's one. Is it the same way? It is. But it's smaller. No. Maybe not. Maybe. It's funny how you try and force something, right? When you have an idea in your head and you're like, no, I really want to use that, but sometimes it just doesn't work. And that one's going that way. I really don't like that. That might be okay. What do you think of that? I think that's kind of pretty. not bad. What about... That's a possibility. Am I getting like overboard now? I tend to do that sometimes. So I find this works if you're supporting your pinky on your hand that's holding your image. Gives a little bit more support and you don't get the jitters, you know, because you're supporting your hand without getting in the way of what you're doing. Kind of reminds me of crocheting or knitting. It's all in the way you hold your work, right? Some people can crochet really quickly. I can crochet quickly, but it's all in the way you hold your hands, right? There we go. Okay. And this guy is going to be inked because I want it a little more grungy. I like this one with a little bit of washi tape on it. Could actually add a piece of washi tape. I always forget I have it, you know. But I was watching someone's channel and they, oh, I think it was, what's her name? I mentioned it the other day. What the heck did I do with it? Oh, I have this one. Let's tear this. This one's really pretty washi. I think this is too thick. Okay. Gale. Haha, I knew it would come to me. And I guess people send in ephemera to her, and then she does a thing where she makes it in sort of her version, but copying as much as possible. Of course, it depends on what you have for supplies, right? I think I'm going to trim that off rather than tuck it because it's on the curve. Anyway, one of the ephemera pieces that she was making had washi on it. And I thought, you know, I've got so many rolls of washi tape. And I don't even think about using them. I don't know why. I guess it was sort of a fad, right? Everybody was buying washi tape. And I used to add it onto the pages. And sometimes you'd use it as a embellishment. Or a tab. Yeah, like that. Okay, this one needs ink. Alright, so this is all I'm going to do right now, you guys, because I do want to diamond glaze that, but it'll take time to dry. So this will be one video, and then I'll have another episode. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. You're awesome. Bye.